So today we're here in the Bay of Palma on board the Southernwind 93 Lizard, and we've just delivered the brand new IFS Furling Gennaker, and this is the first day we're going to try the sail and we're going to teach the crew how to properly use it, have a look at the sail ourselves, make sure everything is perfect, and hopefully make a little nice video for you guys. So on these Furling Gennakers, as a little safety so it doesn't unfurl, especially at the leech, we have these little velcros that even when you drop the sail and if they're open, you can just, before you hoist it, you can close them up, then you're sure that the sail won't open while you're hoisting. So we are ready to hoist the IFS. It's brand new, so it's been furled in the loft, so the furl is not the greatest one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go almost dead downwind, ease the main completely, reduce the apparent wind as much as we can, just to prevent the Gennaker of flapping and opening prematurely. When the sail will be furled afterwards, with proper wind in the sail, you don't have to worry about it opening basically at all. So when we get the sail up, we want the luff quite tight for the unfurl, and after we unfurl, then we'll use the halyard for the sail to take the proper shape. So we basically, if you look it up now, you see the sail is still sagging and it's even behind the Genoa. So we want to avoid that. We want to make sure that the luff is nice and straight. It doesn't have to be bone tight like a Code Zero, but it has to be nice and tight. We have the sail up in the air, the luff is nice and tight, and we are ready to unfurl. And unfurl is as simple as it gets. You just open up your furler and just pull on the sheet. All the Furling Gennakers have some Velcro in the clew, so in the beginning you just have to pull a bit harder to make sure that you break the Velcro, and then the kite will open up on its own. And ideally you would keep a true wind angle between 140 and 150. That depends on the wind, but that's like a general rule. So now we just opened up the sail, and the halyard at the moment is too tight because we need it tight for furling and unfurling. So if you look up at the sail, you will see that your luff is knuckling up. So it's not projecting nicely to the wind, but it's making a real knuckle. So now we just need to ease the halyard depending on the boat size, probably 20, 30, maybe 40 centimeters, and you will see the sail to get the right shape. So at the moment, the luff of the sail is like this, and we want something like this. So just before the furl, Ryan here will go maximum tension on the tack line. Carry on, Ryan, carry on, carry on, and stop. We go as max as we can. So we have our tack line tension right. Now the first thing is going to be, we're going to go the tweaker on. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to ease the sheet, and then we're going to start furling. Very simple sequence. So tack line on, tweaker on, sheet off, furling. It's important to get a tweaker on is to increase the angle of the sheet. So the more we go down, the more forward the tweaker is, we're adding more load on the leech when furling the sail. And if we have more load on the leech while furling, we end up having a tighter leech and a better furl. So it's basically just to get a better furl. You can furl it without a tweaker, but if you want to get a perfect furl, you have to go tweaker down. Thank you. Gennakers make people smile, and Furling Gennakers put even bigger smiles. So we just finished our sea trials on Lizard, and we have tested the brand new IFS Gennaker, which is almost 600 square meters. So it's quite a big sail, and usually for this size boats, managed by short crews, so it's probably 3-4 crew. Usually it's not an option to have a Gennaker. So IFS makes a possibility for short-handed big boat sailing to have a Gennaker that's easy to furl and it's reliable. So it's not a top-down furler, so you're never going to have issues with it backwinding or wrapping around, wine glassing or anything. And I'm sure, as you can see from this video, it furls like a beauty, unfurls like a beauty, it's light, easy to handle, and I think, well, we think as a whole One Sails group, it's definitely the way to go for big boat cruising and even racing if you're short-handed. It furls like a dream, easy to store because there's no cable, so it's very light, very compact, doesn't take space on the boat, and as we all know, on big boats, the space becomes an issue because there's so much stuff. All these little things, easy to furl, easy to store, it will just make your sailing experience much more pleasant, and you will end up using your Gennaker much more often than usually you are.